It was an emancipation, a declaration of their will, an event that freed them from many centuries of shame. Shame? Why am I speaking of shame? Why are the Chinese ashamed? Like a small island nation of, the United Kingdom. Their destiny was under control by others. This is a country that has a big imperial history, a lot of power, a lot of innovation. They gave us the printing press. They gave us the wheel. Without it, we didn't have Detroit, right? And they were living under the control of others. A great people were living under the control of very few. The Chinese in the Olympics declared their emergence, re-emergence, and control of their own destiny. And they showed the world what they possess. Real power. And what is real power that's feared by all nations? I will show you an example of that in just a little bit. Why do I use the Chinese example? Because we, as Muslims, Arabs, and particularly as Yemenis, are living in shame, believe it or not, controlled by many small and large powers. We too had a glorious history, which was well described before me. And we too have great potential. When is that moment for us going to come, like the Olympics, where we're going to spring out and emerge again? When are we going to unlock this power that's within us? Why do I say this, particularly for us as Yemeni Americans and as Yemenis? Did we not, as Yemenis, build an agricultural revolution unrivaled by any in the past? Did we not terrace millions of acres of mountains to preserve every piece of precious soil from erosion? We were green before green was fashionable. A feat many would say consumed more time, energy, and effort than building the pyramids. Did we not develop irrigation systems and the first dams in the world to preserve every drop of water, every drop of soil? Did we not build a great civilization with its own language and history out in the desert where there's no great river and there's no big lake like you guys have around here? Are we not the progenitors of all the Arab races? Did we not begin international trade with our caravans and system of transport of goods and explorations? Did we not connect the East with the West? Did we not build the first skyscrapers in the world? If you agree to what I have stated, then we too, like the Chinese, need to reclaim our past history. And like Sister Adila said, we need to lead again. And maybe we are the hope for the Arab world and the Arab people. But how did the Chinese do it? We need to learn that. The simple answer is education. The Chinese built a strong educational system, and they're building many world-class universities. China today produces 100,000 PhDs a year. So you can think who's going to dominate the world in the next 50 years. The only country that's feared the most is the one with a strong educational system and world-class universities. Having nuclear power is just a weapon. Even an ignorant and illiterate man with a knife can be dangerous. But real power does not reside in weapons. It is a product of knowledge and information. The more knowledge you have, the more innovative you become, the stronger your society becomes. Money alone does not build great nations. The Gulf, we all go and travel and see, has money and has erected skyscrapers in Dubai and many places, many big malls, but remains weak and subject to invasion and outside control. Powerful nations are those that are fueled by knowledge, not by money. What about us here as Yemeni Americans? Should we be content in just making money and building wealth without aspiring to education? If you look at the Asians, a great example we need to follow, other great nations became, they too are among the best in this country. Why? Because they emphasize education. Because they pursue education. They're among the top in this country because of education. If you don't believe me, go to Harvard, go to Stanford, go to Yale, and look at their student population and count the number of Asians that are there. At this third AAYSP conference, we're here to talk about education, and I've given the last remarks to make to you. And this is what we really need to talk about every day and all the time, and not just at a conference. And let me close with an Arabic proverb. العلم يرفع بيوتا لا أساس لها والجهل يهدم بيت العز والشرف. Knowledge will raise homes without pillars, and ignorance will crush a house with the strongest foundation. Shukran wa salaam alaikum.
Thank you for those uplifting words. I'd also like to give a thank you to everyone in this room. Everyone who put forth an effort to be here. Every mentor, every tutor, every parent, all the aunts and uncles, and all the neighbors and community members who served as our aunts and uncles, all the people that illuminated our path to success, and who continue to do so for others in our communities. Yes, it's time for food. But before you go out to eat, or before food is served, I'd like to give you several reminders. Tomorrow, the program will start at 9 and will continue until 3. I need everyone to keep your name tags so that we can continue this event. And I also want to remind you to bring your surveys in so that we can complete this event and follow up on all the events that we've taken place today. While food is being served, we have 2 videos that are going to be shown. One's actually a promotional ad, the other is actually a video. The promotional ad is for Yemeni Voice of America, which we mentioned earlier in the program today, so you'll get a little sneak peek at that. The second is a video that was produced by Ayad Shahati, I believe, and it's called Let's Change It. So please enjoy those 2 presentations and enjoy the dinner. Thank you.
Enjoy your dinner, everybody, and also just a reminder, I know you've probably seen it in front of you, there's forms on the table where you can help this organization keep moving forward for your generous donations. Enjoy your dinner.
One quick announcement about the food. We're going to have 2 lines, one for the women and one for the men. Or